Hello everyone, and welcome back to more JoshCCLP4. I'm pretty sure this is part 33. So I said I was going to hit stop recording and then start recording, but I lied. I went to get food first. I was hungry. So this is a level I've played already before. It's a lot of fun. I don't remember the solution, I just remember it wasn't very difficult to find or do. And that it was a lot of fun to do for both. So, yeah. So interestingly, in addition to the food thing I got between recordings, yeah, that food thing. Oops. Silly boosting. I think there's actually a second blue key involved, because I think you need to do that. Nah, I was wrong. Whatever. But, well, on top of food, I also went and wrote down ideas based on the end of the previous video for a blog post, because I feel like there's a lot to say on the general topics that hasn't been said. And due to a glitch in the time stream, actually just the amount of time between recording this and actually uploading it, well, not so much uploading it, so much as making it public. Did not deserve to live there, by the way. Um, but it'll probably be posted by the time this goes up, even though I'm planning on holding it back. I know that sounds a little silly, but I'm planning on holding the post back, even if it's written, until at least the previous recording goes up. Just because, I don't know, I kind of don't want to spoil it. I know that's kind of a silly reason, but I don't want to. Okay, so what do we do here again? I can drop one on the trap button. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But which one? I don't have a choice, actually. It has to be this block. Oh, there was a blue key under the block. I wasn't screwed when I restarted. Thanks, Josh, for hiding stuff under blocks. Favorite mechanic, not. I know Josh isn't the only one that does that, but it's his levels I'm playing, and I know he does it a lot, so. Um, I think it's fair to say thanks, Josh. Anyway, we got the 2 blocks, and we just nailed to the finish. Yeah, so it's easy green. Yeah, it's easy being green complete. Moving on to Shine Bright, which is a pretty easy blue wall level, all things considered. Because I know for a fact none of those teleports are reachable. And, well, there's 4 chips. There's not much to it. But yeah, it's another fun one. And I know that it sounded like I had a lot more to say on the topic of the last video, but I'm not going to talk about it here because I want to organize my thoughts into a blog post, just because it seems like a better format than an unscripted ramble. Even if the unscripted ramble would probably give a better idea of what my actual thoughts are, it'd be a lot harder to follow compared to a blog post format, just because you can go back, you can reread without having to like go back and rewind and rewatch. And I kind of feel, and this is silly because half the purpose of these is to talk over the gameplay and about the gameplay. And I do feel a little bad about the extent to which I didn't talk about the levels in the last video. for what it's worth, they were a lot of fun. I've said that about most of this set, so... And, anyway, Shine Bright done, another one about Satus. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I had something that I thought was kind of important to say, and I completely forgot, and that was really dumb.
Bummer.
Okay, let's be a little smarter this time. I should be able to reach... No, okay, in Lynx, that would have been a cook, and that would have been such a silly way to lose the level. Okay, so that should be all the keys. This is actually a surprisingly easy level for what it looked like. And I am going to release these teeth because why not? And they're dead. So this is surprisingly easy, but at the same time, there's a surprising amount of strategy to it. So this is a really, really well-designed teeth level. Oh yeah, I was about not talking about Josh's levels, which is hilarious because I start doing so. Anyway, this is, I'm about to stop talking about Josh's levels and start talking about Tyler's. So this is Phoenix. This is based on a level from, I think it was JoshCCLP4 Rejects, called I Don't Know Why Nobody Has Made a Maze Using This Concept Until Now. And I think the hint outright says this was a concept from JoshCCLP4 Rejects. Yeah, cloning fireballs in a maze, and they drown, and you can't step on the fire, obviously. But I don't think Tyler's version had the fire. I could be mistaken. But yeah, it's a maze. It's a pretty cool maze. Oh, fire boots. Of course you get fire boots. But yeah, it's like, I feel bad about not talking about most of the levels specifically in the last video, and instead going on my tangent, even though I know that's sort of the point. And it was a tangent brought on by other stuff to do with the game, so it's not like it's completely unrelated. I'm going to talk about... I don't even know what I would talk about. I find it quite hard to monologue continuously. If I get worked up on something, I can talk to myself, even though when I do so, it's more of a... Honestly, even though I'm talking to myself, a lot of the time, it's more of a dialogue where I'll say both sides of a conversation just to see how it would go. Just how someone could react to what I'm saying. But seeing as that's entirely spoken aloud here, that would be kind of strange. It would be even stranger if I spoke both sides. But I think it would be even stranger than that if I only spoke one side. Is this it? I think this is it. So, Phoenix is complete. Another fun level. Ooh, fourth dimension. This is such a good maze. It doesn't look like a maze, but it's a maze. I think it was edited from its original version to remove the dirt. But anyway, like... What was I talking about? I really need to get better at, like, remembering what I was just saying a couple minutes ago. Because I'm so bad at remembering that. Okay, so sockets are up in the top right. I will remember that, I swear. If I don't, you can, I don't know, tell me to go... I don't know. See, I'm bad at this sort of improvisational thing. Right, monologuing. Like, generally, when I monologue, it's talking to myself about something to help me remember stuff, or technically sort of not quite really dialoguing with myself, or it's just I have thoughts that I need to get in order, so I just verbally think through them because it helps. But again, none of those really work well with this sort of commentated video approach, and I don't know if that's something I need to get better at, but it's something I'd like to get better at. Just because that is so important with streaming. Like, if there's no discussion, like, if there's dead chat, you still need to be talking, but what can you talk about? And it doesn't help that I'm honestly a somewhat private person. Like, let's be honest, how much of my personal life have I actually talked about in any of these videos? There's been, what, 33 so far? How much of my personal life have I talked about? How much of my other interests have I talked about? Now, granted, some of that is trying to stay on the topic of Chip's Challenge, or specifically this set, or other stuff going on in the community. But a lot of that is just, I'm a private person. I don't talk about myself that much. Like, I think the most I've said is, hey, I graduated from college. And even then, oh yeah, by the way, I basically graduated from college. It's not specifically done yet, but it's going to be soon. And even that was in how it affected the playing, just with not having time. So, I have to ask, have I said anything else really about me? And is that a bad thing? Is that something I should change? Don't I don't think it'll matter, because by the time I get any responses to this, I'll probably be done with the entire recording. Yeah, I'm so far ahead. So yeah, even if it doesn't affect how I do this, I definitely want to have an answer to that, because I'm actually curious. Anyway, that was the fourth dimension. Ton of fun, really cool concept. I think Josh first used it in Life is Not a Puzzle a while ago. Yes, I played that. And this is Aurora Chocorealis, which I think is named after, I don't even remember, some Candy Crush thing. He said it on the comments on Pie Guy's site. I think the original version was actually unsolvable. I think I remember JB mentioning that while he was going through JoshCCLP4. And looking at the map, this was a level I wanted to see an optimized run of, and it is insane to watch. It would be either the toughest or the second toughest official level route if it goes into CCLP4, just because the input strings are all over the place. The reason I say toughest or second toughest is there is a little room for error, and I don't know if this would be tougher or less difficult than Double Maze, even though Double Maze would be longer. So yeah, that's something I'd be interested to hear from JB. Was Double Maze tougher to score than this level was? Because I would guess it would be Double Maze, but this one would be harder to remember. I could be completely backwards on that. It's like, this is the speed, and like remembering the route for this would be so difficult, because it took me a while to burn into muscle memory H2O below 273k, and I still don't have the bold on that. It doesn't help that I'm playing in Tile World, which does run a little faster, which makes the inputs in turn a little harder to do, but at the same time, like, that's not the whole reason, because if the level was a little more lenient, I'd definitely have the bold by now, but the fact that it does require you to be essentially perfect for so long makes my life quite a bit more difficult. This is going to be funny to say, considering what I've done with Chip's Challenge stuff, but I don't like having to be perfect when I'm playing games, honestly. Which sounds so strange, because just what I've done with speedruns and stuff. I like having to play really well, but not quite perfect. I like having that room for error. Like, I much prefer a test of consistency to a binary, you got it, you didn't get it. Like, either you made a mistake or you did it perfectly. It's some test of consistency. So, like, play for a long period of time without screwing up too much. But you can make mistakes. It's just, if you do make mistakes, you're going to have to play better to make up for it later. That's what I like doing. That's what I have the most fun with when I'm challenging myself. And I made it back to the center, which is nice. One really cool design feature about this level, and yes, I'm talking about the level I'm playing instead of these, again, tangentially related topics. Man, I'm getting really good at these side monologues. This is the dirt, so you can see where you have and have not been. So, carbon, hydrogen, iodine, phosphorus, sulfur. I'm pretty sure this was a level title from the level title bank, which I've never added level titles to because almost all of my level titles I come up with after the fact. Very, very rarely do I come up with one I make a level for, like, afterwards, and I'd say even more rarely would I use one of those titles, because if I can be completely honest, most of them aren't very good. Like, they just don't work well for level titles. Some of them do, and I've come up with some decent titles, I just haven't written them down anywhere. So right now I could get suction boots, and I could actually do something with them. But I need the toggle button pressed before I can really do anything with them. And that's what the center room's for, apparently. I hope you like the thief sound, by the way. It looks like I need fire boots to get in there. Yeah, it looks like I need fire boots to go in there. So it looks like once I get the first boot, I'm pretty much locked out of everything. So I'm going to assume I need flippers up there. So I can't bring the blocks. Alright, let's check the bottom of the level. Okay, so... bug! Okay, so I need the red key. So at this point, as far as I can tell... Unless this is the entrance, it's not. So at this point, as far as I can tell, I need to take a block into that water tile. Or get fire boots from somewhere. But I don't know where I'd get them. So if I assume I clear out that water tile, and I go in, I get the stuff inside with the suction. And then I'm just following a block path at the moment. What if I can get in here? I didn't try all of these walls. Aha! That doesn't help. That's just extra tips. Wait! Oh, am I screwed? Fireball comes out. I can use the blocks to deflect it. I have 2 blocks still. Okay. I think I might be screwed from the tips I took in that room, but I might be able to save it. It's gonna be tough, but I think I can. Okay. No, I don't think I actually can at this point. Wait, maybe. Just maybe? I would need to deflect off of a chip I don't think I can make it deflect off of at this point, because I took all the ones on the left side. If this fire wasn't here, maybe, but... Because it would need to deflect off either that or that. Yeah, I've got to restart. That's unfortunate. A bit guessworky, but at the same time, that's my fault for not trying all the blue walls. I made an assumption about the general construction of the level, and my assumption proved incorrect. So that's entirely my fault. Okay, let's do this right this time. Because this isn't very difficult to do. That's literally all it takes. Oh, maybe not. Can I even use the fireball again? I think I can. Oh, I definitely can. So the fireball will now go to that bomb. The tank position doesn't matter. Which means now I could use the suction boots. So, is this the entry? Yes, it is. So, toggle... Okay, so suction boots give me the toggle button. Which means I do need that water filled in, so I'm going to take care of that now. I appreciate that you can't block slap onto that button. Okay. So now what we're currently looking at is go into that room on my right. Suction boots, toggle button, go through the maze, get the red key, go back through the maze, come in here, where the bug is something to worry about. I do have to remember this. Is there another blue wall up here that's open? No? Then I have to get thiefed in order to go down there. And then blue key, and then after the blue key, 2 blocks up in the top left. Which again is bootless. So I think I've got the solution to this. I'm just going to move these blocks closer to their final destination. Just so that I have them closer for later. This will backfire if I misstep. But I think I'm more likely to misstep with the blocks than onto a thief. I don't think I like this level that much. It's a really cool idea with the thief section. I know the title was taken from the level title bank, and I think I said that already. I know I also said that I'm not huge on most of the level title bank stuff, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I started with all discrete presses, but I know discrete presses are more prone to accidental spring steps, and that would be pretty bad right now. So I'm just going to do my typical method of pressing only for one tile moves and holding for everything else. Okay, red key collected. Sup? Really? Anyway. Let's head up this way. This reminds me a lot of open problems from the other 100 tiles, actually. Open problems was a really fun level. Even with the slide delay induced bust. Which was also really fun, by the way. Anyway, those spell chips. Those element spell chips. Moving on to Flaming Sewer System, where it's very clear I'm going to need a lot of stuff. So I don't want those fire boots, because, again, we're very thief-heavy here. So what do I do with this? Is that it? Do I just arrange these so that I can extract them all from a thiefless setup? Yeah, these are all extractable without stepping on a thief now. So that would mean, I guess I pick a side? I'll go up first, because I think up is better to do than any other direction. I need both chips, and I don't know where the chips are. Okay, so I can get the 2 keys, and then... So I will need all 8 of these blocks on both sides. Convenient lack of waiting. And then 2 more. 2 more. So it looks like I get thiefed, but I'll come back with fire boots. I'm gonna take out the other water just to be safe. And looks like this is this opposite deal where I go out with fire boots and come back with flippers. Okay, so it looks like we've got some double mazes going on here. I'm not gonna be like boosting at all here. Won't much. Just because I don't want to die and have to do that block pushing again. Not that it's not fun, it's pretty cool. But I'd rather not have to redo stuff if I can avoid it. Just by being a little more careful. So even if casually I probably would go for some of these boosts like that one, I know it's really risky. Okay, one maze down, one maze to go. Again, optimizing this would be pretty rough, but I guess that's true of actually a surprising amount of good levels. Like, not too long ago, I tried optimizing some of my own stuff. Wait, where do I even go? And I gotta say, I have no clue what JB did to get, what is it, 398 on Suburban Legend? I, I think got to 394, might have been 395. I just don't see where any time could be in my route, so I'm clearly missing something structural, but I don't know what it could be. Anyway, 0 chips left. I should have the level pretty much by now. Okay, so there's 2 blocks, and I'm going to have to take them up. I want to make sure I clear these sockets first. Okay, so this is pretty easy. I just have to be smart. I'm assuming there's gravel under this block. Oh no, recessed wall. Why am I not surprised? I assumed gravel, but I'm not really that surprised that I was mistaken. I definitely would have done that with gravel, though. Anyway, flaming sewer system complete. Mr. Warner's Temple of K. I don't want potassium, sorry. Yeah, I'll play it. This looks like a pretty guesswork-heavy level, though. Not exactly my favorite thing in the world. So it looks like the goal is to just get up there for the yellow key. And the skates, or I should say, for the skates entirely. And once I've done so, I'm assuming most of the rest of the level will unravel itself. Let's go back this way? No, bad idea. Let's just fill these recessed walls so I don't. I don't think this level is terribly difficult, though. Like, there doesn't seem to be a lot of decision points. Like, right here is a decision point, but I can walk all the way down here and take this chip at no cost. And this one, too. So I do have a decision point, but that's a 4. And this one's a 2, so I'm going to go this way. I'm going to keep going this way, and immediately regret it. Yay. Yeah, I get the point of this level, I just don't like it. But I don't think a lot of people would, just with its concept. The thing with the lock there, I do like the thing with the lock. That's something I definitely need to remember is a thing you can do. Okay, let's go for the fire boots. That should open things up a little bit. This way? This is going to take me around this way, and... Surprising amount of recessed walls got used there. And that's Mr. Warner's Temple of K. So I'll move on to Only Happy When It Rains in the next video. Yeah, this is level 220. I've got 101 to go. And this is going by really quick. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. Forced and strained outro.